Good morning, everyone. This is Phil Hembree. Phil, I know Melissa, your wife, a little bit more than I know you. She is on staff and she started working during that very week of COVID when everything started to shut down. I think she was here, one day?
I think 1 or 2 days, very short.
And then we all went home for a while, which was probably not the best way to start a job. But tell us a little bit about what was going on in your family during that week.
Right, so that was an interesting week in our life because if you don't know me, I'm a symphony musician and teach at University of Colorado, or University of Northern Colorado. And so it's not a 9-to-5 job, it's very hectic hours, mornings, evenings, every day, there is no break. And it's very competitive to get into the job, it's very nonstop, what's next, what's the best job, what's the next job you're going to do, and how are you going to move up in the world, and how are you going to progress and get better. And then suddenly it stops. And that was that week. It stops. No work shows across the world are playing. New music's going on. We don't know if there's going to be a career to come back to, or if we should even keep practicing. And so Melissa's first day on the job, when we got shut down in the symphony, that was her first day at work. But as effectively a laid off, everything stops. What's the financial situation going to look like? And that answered that question immediately. God said, don't worry, I have it. And at the same time he said, don't worry, I have it, he said, you need to wait and you need to settle down. And of course for me, that is not a very pleasant feeling. And then, like I said, when God forces you to reconcile it, forces you to look at the situation objectively, that's when you grow. And so that's what's been happening, I guess, the last, 8 months now? Mm-hmm. Is that God said, hold on, wait, you have to actually deal with me at this point. And that's what I've been doing with.
So what is it that you've been hearing the Lord speak to you during this time, and how do you reconcile that with big plans in your life?
At this point, I don't quite know what his eventual plan is. I used to think it was be in a symphony, teach after I'm done with that, play for about 35 years, retire into a college teaching position, have a good life. Now it's a little bit more of wait on me and trust me. And I guess in order to understand what he wants me to do, I have to first settle my mind and calm down and let him speak to me and actually hear what he has to say rather than assume I know what he has to say about certain things. Or what I like to do is I like to guide God into questions of saying, hey, should I take this job or this job? And God says, no, it's option 3. I want you to actually do this thing. And that's what I'm finding out right now, is this option 3. It's you need to wait, you need to settle down, I need to work through you and speak to you calmly, and then we can address the future.
Yes, yeah. So I know the Lord has you right where he wants you, and I know he will show you one step at a time. And so I will be praying for you, and Foothills, I would encourage you to be praying for the Hembree family as well, and for Phil in particular. And it's stories like these that give such encouragement to all of us. Sometimes life just doesn't seem to make sense, but yet the Lord is still good. And that's the word that we want to share with one another, that the Lord is still good and he's still with us and he still has plans that are working out for our good and his glory. So thank you for sharing, and you all will see you next time.